Hey, Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. When he give a double honor to the apostles of great millstone, who are talking his truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth who teach his truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Low when the video is edifying, lowly I can get something from this video. I'm going to get a couple precepts here in Sirach 7. Basically, it's going to be about the traits that we should practice on having, and the traits that we should make regular in our lives as far as being men of the Lord. And it's important that we do these things because these traits will make the old man exit, man. And these traits will renew you and give you a new light, right? A new viewpoint, okay? And the beautiful thing about, getting these traits and practicing these traits is that your mind change about things, and it's all about, like I heard brother say, you got to build a connection with the Lord, man. How can you build a connection with the Lord if you're not putting on godly traits? Okay. So it's always important to put on godly traits, man. Now more than ever is the time to get rid of the old man. Now more than ever is the time to get rid of that nigga in the world, right? That was with you, which was yourself. Okay. Because it's so easy to fall back on that nigga. It's so easy to go back to, the way, because he's always there. He's always, because what? You've been in the world longer than you've been in the truth. Right? So he's always there. Right? But like a quote says, in the world, it says what? What you gonna feed? Whatever you feed more is the one who gonna win, man. Whatever you feed more, roughly paraphrasing the quote, whatever you feed more is the one that's gonna have more strength. So we don't feed into the old man, and we feed the new man, which the new man, the new man needs to be godly, okay, and changed, right? If we feed the new man more than the old man, then the old man will be, it'll get further and further and further and further. Now, yeah, we slip, we're gonna fall because we're not perfect. We in this world, right? But it's not gonna be like you're gonna know exactly what to do next. All right, well, I'm not doing that because that's gonna lead me to do that, and that's gonna lead me to do that, and then that could potentially get me fucked up. I'm not doing that, right? But the old man would be like, oh, let me try that again. Maybe let me just do that again. Ain't nobody looking, right? Let me just do that again, because I ain't do it right the last time. That's why. It was just one right to nah, man. What's the definition of insanity, man? To do something the same time, do something the same and expect a different result, okay? To do something the same and expect a different result, that's insane, okay? So we just got to be changed, man. Okay, then you'll feel better, right? I think the spirit will be on you more, right? You'll feed your confidence in the truth, okay? Because you're dealing upright, you're dealing honestly. Okay, this is Sirach 7:4 says, seek not of the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor, right? So don't seek preeminence. Trying to be the top guy, right? Trying to be because when you seek in preeminence, right, then you're seeking to be the head or the top for the wrong reasons. And it's not about that, right? And I said in a couple of videos ago, I read a passage it was on social media, and it was like the one at a barbecue that's on the grill is the closest to being a king. And I mean, I've been saying that all week. I said it to Akim, and it's just that small little message that I read gave me a new insight on what it really is to be, king, to be a king. And It's to make sure everybody is good. It's not just to rule and, to big me, little you somebody. Nah, it's not about that. It's about making sure everybody, because you got to be a servant to your people. Really, you got to serve you. They got to be able to come to you, right? In time of need, you got to be available, right? You got to know what you're doing. And that's the right way to go about it. Not, oh, big me, little you. That's some nigga shit. Because look at King Solomon, man. All his men was, you couldn't tell, like the Queen of Sheba, when she came, she couldn't tell who was King Solomon. All his people was well taken care of, man. His doorman, if I'm not mistaken, I think she thought he was Solomon, right? So yeah, man, that's you got to be a great leader. But how can you be a great leader if you don't put on godly traits? We seen it. We seen this episode already. We seen niggas come in with the wrong intentions and try to be leaders of men instead of them leading by example with righteousness, they lead with, oh, I'm the head. So listen to me. It ain't about that. Okay? It says, justify not thyself before the Lord, and boast not of thy wisdom before the king. Seek not to be judged, being not able to take away iniquity, lest at any time thou fear the person of the mighty, and stumbling block in the way of thy uprightness. Fear not against the multitude of a city, and then thou shalt not cast thyself down among the people. Bind not one sin upon another, for in one thou shalt not be unpunished. Right? Adding sin to sin to sin to sin to sin to sin. Right? That's not what you want to do. Okay? It says, say not, the Most High will look upon the multitude of my oblations. Okay? And when I offer to the Most High, he will accept it. Right? And that's the mentality that your average Christian has. Oh, the God know my heart. God know this. God know that. Well, you're wicked. Your heart is wicked. Okay? The Lord knows if you're trying and if you're not trying. Okay, this is 10. It says, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. Yeah, right? And it's easier said than done because we deal with so much and so much beyond our mind. Well, I could speak for myself. But scriptures say what? It's impossible to please the Lord without faith. If you don't have faith in him, how could you please him? And if you're showing any sign of doubt, then you don't have any faith. Okay? It says, be not faint-hearted when thou makest thy prayer, and neglect not to give alms. Give alms, man. Give alms. Man, giving alms can deliver you can get you delivered out of certain different situations. Okay, it says, laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul, for there is one which humbleth and exalteth, and the Most High is the one who humbleth and exalteth. Laugh no man in the, oh, look at him, he down. Kick him while you're down. Nah, that's some nigga shit. It's got to be upright with people, man. You got to deal righteously with people, so they can never have an ill thing to say about your name. And more than ever, man, that's been on my mind, man, heavy this last week, man. And I thank the Lord, because although, yeah, we get mad, yeah, we get, in certain situations, and it's like, man, but at the same time, you don't want to have wrath on your mind all the time, man. Because then you'll be looking at, like, for instance, right? Just a quick example. If you had a woman that ever committed adultery on you, in your mind, you want her dead, right? But the best thing to do is leave it up to let the Lord Like the brothers, let the Lord do it, because like the brother said, the Lord is the just power. So you leave it in the Lord's hand, man. Because then what you'll find yourself doing is you'll be looking at her page, seeing if something happens, and you'd be like, damn, she on trips, she on this, like that, like the elder said in Texas, you know, in the Dallas camp. She going there, she going there, she go, man, when she gonna get judged? When she gonna get? And then you'll just harp on that, man. Nah, leave it up to the most. You listen, like they say in the world, the Most High won't come on. He's always going to be on your on time. He's not going to be on your time. He's always on time, not on your time. Sometimes we want things to happen right now, and it don't work like that. Sometimes it don't work like that, man. Sometimes, so we leave it up to the Lord. Okay, it says, "Devise not a lie against thy brother, neither do the like to thy friend." Let me go down. It says, "Use not many words in a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayers." Yeah, use not many words in a multitude of elders. Right? When you in a multitude of elders, A, they're elders for a reason. B, you should be listening. Okay? It says, and make not much babbling when thou prayers. Yeah, babbling. When you pray, get right to the point. Okay? It says, hate not laborious work, neither husbandry, which the Most High hath ordained. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember the wrath will not tarry long. So yeah, follow not a multitude to do evil. That's what the scriptures say. Okay? 17, it says, humble thyself greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Right? And the Most High hates pride. Okay? Pride is the beginning of a fall, man. Okay? Pride goeth before destruction. It says, change not a friend for any good by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of Ophir. Forego not a wise and good woman, for her grace is above gold. Okay, let me jump down. Right here, 31. Sirach 7:31, it says, fear the Lord and honor the priest and give him his portion, as it is commanded thee. Yeah, get the Lord his portion, right? Tithing. Okay, it says the first fruits in the trespass offering, and the gift of the shoulders, and the sacrifice of sanctification, and the first fruits of the holy things. It says, and stretch thine hand unto the poor, that thy blessing may be perfected. When brothers in need or something, right? Man, here, you know, and it ain't got to be in the open, right? It's better if you do it in, brother, here, boom. You know, the Lord sees that. And even in, you know, you see somebody who pour on the street or something like that. You see a Jake that's pouring on the street, man, it ain't nothing wrong with coming out your pocket and giving that man hey, here you go. This what I got. This is the change I got. This is the cash I have. Boom. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. And I see a lot of dudes who do that in the world. They put a camera. They want a camera around to make it look like they're, you know, to make it for them, for their image. But the ones who really do it, and the ones who really genuine and serious about it, is the ones who don't even want you to know that they're doing that. That's the mentality you should have. You should really want to do it, not to do it for an image. You should really want to help out somebody, not to do it for an image, or to look like you, to genuine and all this and all that. But deep down inside, you a cold nigga. Okay, it says, fail not to be with them that weep, and mourn with them that mourn. So fail not to be with them that weep. Right? Brothers, right? Brothers go through different things. Man, a brother call you, answer the phone. Right? Brother needs you, be there for the brother. That's what this thing is about, man. It's not about tearing each other down. It's not about, you know, that's what niggas in the world do. You know? Think you're your homie, but you looking at the devil. Nigga just can't wait for you to slip and fall. But this is a dude that be around you every day. As soon as you slip up, here he come with the smiling and the laughing, and, you know. And even with that person, leave that to the Lord, man. Oh, well, the Lord gonna deal with him, or the Lord gonna deal with her. Tripping, whatever. Judgment, it belongs to the Lord, man. Okay. It says, "Be not slow to visit the sick, for that shall make thee to be beloved." And I'm not saying, like in situations, right? If you got a situation where you got to defend yourself, I'm not saying don't defend. I'm saying, yeah, defend yourself, right? Like I was listening to this Navy SEAL, and I actually saw this dude in person when I went to Florida, and he said some real shit, man, in the video, and he was like, man, if I'm ever into an altercation, and I'm not quoting him word for word, but he's, I'm kind of giving you the gist of what he was saying. He was like, man, if I ever get into an altercation with someone, my first defense is flight, right? And this is a guy that, supposedly, a Navy SEAL, went to war, did his thing in war and all that, right? You know what happens in war, okay? Shooting and all kind of. But he was like, man, I found on the street and, and somebody, tries to attack me, or I'm arguing with somebody, my first thing to do is, my first defense is flight. Take flight, right? Use your feet. Get out of there. He said, but this is where all that changes. This is where all that changes when you grab me. When you grab me or you touch me, that's where everything changes. And that's just the mentality you got to have, right? I'm like, damn, that was because you see how many niggas you see in the world that get into altercations based off words. Oh, this, all that, all this, all that. Nigga, you see it all the time. Go to your nearest Walmart or your mall or where them niggas be. Or not even just Jake, but Edomites too, right? These other heathens too. Just look, you see it. Look at these road people on road rage and all that shit. Look up a road rage video. How much shit lead up to other things, to way worse things off of back and forth, talking back and forth. Man, one of the coldest defense you have is, man, listen, if this person don't touch me, I'll walk away. But like he said, where everything changes is when you touch me or when you grab me. That's when I have to defend myself, and I would do whatever I got to defend myself. Okay, but there's nothing like, all right, walking away from a situation. Okay, it don't make you it don't make you it don't make you soft. It don't make you this. It don't make you that. Usually people that are looking for trouble have something to prove to themselves, right? And they trying to prove that they're tough, or they might just be stupid or too tough. But either way, niggas like that don't last. Okay? It says, fail not to be with them that weep and mourn with them that mourn. It says, be not slow to visit the sick, for that shall make thee to be beloved. Whatsoever thou takest in hand, remember the end, and thou shalt never do amiss, man. So yeah, these are the traits that we should be practicing, right? As being men of the Lord with each other, first and foremost, but then in our household, right? With our family members, man, regardless if they believe or not. I'm not saying you got to deal with but I'm not saying you got to be around your family members. I don't know what brothers' situations are, but if we're the elect, we're the example. If we're the elect, we're the example of the nation and the leaders of the nation being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, which is the ultimate leader of the nation. So how royal should we act? How upright should we be? How honest should we be? Or try to be? And that's the beautiful thing about the new man growing, because these are the traits that has to be adopted by the new man. And when you adopt these traits, it pushes the old man to the back. You know, so with that, Lord, one of you was edifying. Lord, I came got something for this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.